So, the last major was a bit interesting. Spring brought with it the last chance for teams to get world spots, or most of them to qualify. So, let's start from day one. We had a lot of sweeps, with only two game fours in the entire first day. I guess we were learning from NRG here and playing as few Rocket League games as possible. And G2 beat Gladiators. Fury and Carmine Corp was an interesting game going into it. Upset potential, but Carmine Corp did win. Version 1 knocked down Endpoint. Moist took out Optic. Here's where the strange things start happening. Team Secret 3-0 BDS. Well, that was unexpected to say the least. Especially Team Secret, which has not done well at LAN. But yeah, that was definitely something. Then one of the only Game 5 of the entire first day, when Space Station 3-2'd Pioneers, who were fighting for world qualification at that point. And FaZe Clan, took out Power. So Renegades, sitting behind OCE, was hoping that one of the teams just does really poorly, because if both do well, they lose their world spot. And then this was honestly my personal favorite match of the first day, Team Liquid versus Falcons, though it was a 3-1 for Falcons. Then if we look into the upper quarterfinals, which was day 2, we see a worrying trend from G2 as they get reverse swept by Carmine Corp. Version 1 takes out Moist, which, interesting there. Not expected that. Space Station does take out Team Secret. And Falcons beat FaZe Clan, which... So now if we go to the lower bracket, we have BDS, G2, Liquid, Moist, and FaZe Clan. Just some of the people there. And to start off, we have Furia beating Gladiators. I'm just going to say pretty much every game in the first day is just a sweep. These are all sweeps here right now, so I'm just not going to mention it now. Optic upset Endpoint. Most people didn't have Envy at the time going far, but I think we all know that everybody was predicting Envy to do well, so they switched to Optic. It was that smart. And then another big surprise, BDS lose to Pioneers. That's not very good. So now you have 3 European teams left, 2 of which are in the lower bracket. And, Power also is the Liquid, meaning Pioneers and Renegades for OCE are going to Worlds. Which, honestly, I think might be the first time someone on the desk has qualified for Worlds. Then if we go into day 2, we got Optic beating Secret, Moist beating Pioneers, and, the 2 North American teams down here, excluding Optic, the top seeds, G2 won the last major, and FaZe, one of the most consistent LAN teams. Well, actually, one of the most consistent teams of the entire region. They both get 2-3. Both of them. Meaning that there are now 3 teams for both left. Okay, interesting. And then we finally have fans in the building. We get some eliminations. Furia taking out Optic. Moist taking out Liquid. And now, if we go to world spots, because of the G2 loss to Liquid, Complexity, who is sitting at home on this one, now needs to hope that Falcons goes 0-2 in front of fans in order to get their world spot. because, if either FaZe or G2 had won, they would have secured their spot. But that didn't happen. So now we have Furia, who has their world spot, and Falcons, who just need to win a game. So, going into this, Optic loses to Furia, Moist beats Liquid, and if we go into the upper bracket for this, Version 1 beat Karmine Corp 3-4, and in a 3-4 game, again, Falcons beat Space Station, officially knocking Complexity out of Worlds and getting themselves a world spot for the main event. So now, if we go down, Karmine Corp eliminates Furia, and then Space Station is eliminated by Moist. Moist then beats Karmine Corp, and Falcons beats Version 1 3-4. Version 1 is then swept out of the tournament by Moist, who honestly is just unstoppable in lower bracket. And then Falcons, we've got a very close first series, going 3-4, but then Moist get the bracket reset and sweep Falcons to win the tournament. Which is, honestly, if you look at the top 4, we got Karmine Corp, Moist, Version 1, and Falcons. I can't say I saw that one coming. I definitely can't. I had Falcons top 6, but honestly, I don't like making predictions because this is what happens to them. Yeah, let's go on to look at world spots. So now if we go over to world spots, we have, EU number 1. So EU has 3. NA also has 3. Mina has 1, and Sam has 1. If we go over to Europe, who qualified, we have Moist, BDS, and Endpoint going to the main event. Dignitas, Karmine Corp, and Semper, who will be going to the wild card. And then if we go over to North America, we have G2, FaZe, and NRG, who are going to the main events. Version 1 and Space Station, who were both just shy of taking NRG's spot, and Optic going to wild card, and Complexity, who is punching air right now because had either FaZe or G2 won their last game in the major, they would have either knocked out Sam1 or EU3. They can't be having a fun time right now. And then if we go to OCE, Renegades did secure their world spot along with Pioneers. And then South American Mina, the teams that got 3, Furia will be going to the main event, and Secret and the Club will be going to the wild card. In Mina, we got Falcons, who honestly have a stupid amount of points, winning 9 events in total and nearly winning a 10th. They have Veloce and O1 Esports, which will be going to the wild card. And then we got Tokyo Verde and Gaming Gladiators from Asia that'll be going to Worlds. Let's hope they can do well, because neither of them have won a game at LAN. Detonator remains the only Asian team to do that. And finally, we'll get to see Sub-Saharan Africa with Orlando Pirates and Bravado Gaming. Honestly, I don't know why no one from Sub-Saharan Africa gets to show up to the majors and stuff, but I don't know. I'm not in charge of this. So, in August, I believe we will have all these teams coming to compete, which... Oh yeah, I should also point out that Vitality didn't make Worlds. They weren't even close. So that's going to be interesting. That whole team's just an absolute disaster. And if FaZe or NRG don't do well, especially NRG, who didn't make the last major, FaZe or NRG don't do well at Worlds, I expect to see some changes there. But anyway, that's all for me. Have a good day.